Hi guys, Gary here, trail name Jasper. Welcome to my channel. Now, today we're going to do a review of our cooking system. It's a review that I promised you guys for like months and months and months and months. But as I mentioned on a recent day hike video, it takes a lot of time to decide what the right gear is for a particular hike. So today we are definitely looking at cook systems. Okay, having said that, we're going to start off with probably the least expensive cook system I own. Now, right now I have 3 different cook systems and they all work fine. Some of them are lighter, some of them are heavier, some of them are cheaper, some of them are more expensive. Some of them are more efficient on butane, some of them less efficient on butane, but it all comes together to create what I think is the ultimate or the best cook system for me on any particular trail. Okay, so having said that, let's start off with the least expensive cook pot that I own, which is this one right here. It's a 2-part cook pot, as you can see. It has a base, it has a cup. Now that in itself is super handy. It's great to have a cup for your coffee, a pot for boiling the water, cooking, anything else. It gives you a lid. It's perfect. That in itself is great. It's not particularly heavy. I have a little scale here, and it's a temperamental scale, by the way, but I have it set to grams, and we're going to weigh that particular coffee pot, that particular cook pot. There we go. We've got it turned on. So let's just weigh this cook pot. So this is the pot and the lid, if you will, or the cup. It comes in at 234 grams. So let's write that down, 234 grams. Fair enough. The next one is, again, another 2-part cook pot. This one is significantly more expensive. This is about a $40 pot. That particular pot right here is about, 20 bucks. So there's a huge difference between the two. This particular one has, again, a cup. It has the pot. What's uniquely different about this one is that it has a heat exchanger on the bottom. Now, a heat exchanger can be and is definitely, things are blowing all over. It's a little breezy. I'm going to put that right there for now. So with the heat exchanger, it can be and definitely is a game changer in so far as how much fuel you actually consume to do the same kind of job. And it's around 30 to 40% reduction in fuel simply by having this. Let's check the weight. I have to keep turning this on every time. After about, and I don't even know if you could even reset this particular scale, but after about, half a minute, it just turns off automatically. Okay, we're back on again. Now this one weighs 274 grams. This one, by the way, is an Optimus Terra pot. So it's 274 grams. Excuse me, I do suffer from winter allergies, but I'm going to start sneezing. Oh, excuse me. I beg your pardon. I do suffer from winter allergies. Don't fear. Don't have the bug. You can get close. Not a problem. So this particular pot, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by my allergies, is the Optimus Terra pot. Great pot. I love this, and it is super efficient. Now, the next and final pot, and the newest one to my addition, or to my collection, is a single pot, titanium with a lid. You'll notice it does not have a cup like this. This is designed, again, made out of titanium. This is designed strictly for, or primarily for, ultralight backpacking. Weight is everything. Weight kills. Believe me, when you have to carry a backpack with everything you need in there, as far as your sleep system, cook system, food, water, and everything else, for day after day, week after week, month after month, every ounce counts. Believe me. Let's weigh this pot. Let's just take a look and see. Now, this one only weighs 111 grams. A huge difference. Huge difference. By the way, huge difference in price. About 20 bucks. About 40 bucks. $85. Titanium. It is expensive. Oh, I've got to blow my nose now. Excuse me. Okay. The actual stove systems themselves. I keep reaching for my glasses and they're over here. I don't really need them that badly. Okay. The actual stove system themselves. This particular one is, again, a Amazon stove system. And this is the one that goes with the Amazon pot. This set together is about 30 bucks. Now, $30. So it's the least expensive of the sets that we have. I use this same set, this exact same set, for my complete 2019 through hike of the Bruce Trail. I added some side trails on that particular hike to take it over a little over 1,000 kilometers. And you know what? It worked just fine. I had no problems whatsoever with that cook system. None whatsoever. It worked perfectly. Great little system. Does an amazing job. No problem, and for 30 bucks, give or take, maybe around $35 right now, for an entry-level backpacking system, it works fantastic. Okay, so to do an accurate or reasonably accurate, now keep in mind, this is not a scientific test. It's simply a ballpark test, but we have to weigh the canister. Again, this one is a almost empty, really. Well, it's a used canister. I've got so much fuel in there. Let's just see what it comes in at. 207 grams. So it's 207 grams to start. Okay. We'll pop on the burner, and again, this one has the Prezo light system, so I don't recommend not having a lighter, but you don't actually need the lighter. I've put already 400 milliliters of water at room temperature in the pot. We're going to turn the pot on to full. We're going to turn the burner on, light it, turn it on to full. It's on full, and we have a timer. We're starting the timer. We're going to see how long it takes to boil this water, to bring it just to the beginning of a rumbling boil. We're going to time it, we're going to see how long it takes, we're going to compare it to everything else, we're going to look at consumption of fuel, overall weight, efficiency, and today we are going to pick one of these systems to be our cook system for the 2021 through hiking season. Pretty important. Hey. Now, just for a point of interest, we're going past 1 minute and 10 seconds. So many factors do play a role insofar as how efficient and how quickly and how much gas your tank or your cook system is going to use to bring a certain amount of water to a particular temperature that you're looking for. But today, everything we're doing is going to be relatively consistent, one test after another. There's a slight gentle breeze. It makes a difference. The temperature outside today is about -5 degrees Celsius. That makes a difference. If we're doing this on a warm summer's day at sea level, it's going to be much quicker than if we're doing it at a -10 degree temperature or whatever. So there's so many factors involved, but our test is generally kind of equal across the board. It will give us a reasonably accurate kind of indication of what's going to work best for us out of what we have to choose from. Going past 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Well, we're getting some, definitely have steam on that pot, that's for sure, on that water. Definitely got steam. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Get in there, almost there, almost there. Okay, a rolling boil. We have 4 minutes and 54 seconds. So, 4 minutes and 54 seconds for our Amazon system, the least expensive system, to bring 400 milliliters of water to a rolling boil let's take a look. Let's reweigh the gas cylinder and let's see how much we used. Put my glasses on. Can't see a damn thing without them. There's a photographer that can't see a damn thing without his glasses. 198 grams. We used 9 grams of fuel. So we used 9 grams of fuel with this system to bring 400 mil to a rolling boil. Okay, fine, perfect. Let's take a little look at the next one. Well, this one's quite famous amongst through hikers in general. This one is the BRS 3000 cook stove. Now, it's super lightweight at like 0.8 of an ounce. Comes in a little bag. When you add the little baggie with it, it's 0.9 of an ounce. So this little system is under an ounce. This little stove right here. And what I did do was I took the little lever off it to use on here, because somewhere along the line I'd lost one of the little levers just to turn things on and off with. So I'm just going to attach that back on again. Okay, sorry about that. We've got the little lever attached back on again. I'd lost one somewhere along the line, and so I had to use this one on that, and I forgot about it, but that's okay. Okay, so the BRS 3000 little stove. Hey, you know what? That stove I purchased for my ultralight system, and you'll remember that we talked about getting gear light. I also purchased at the same time the titanium Tokes cookpot. Let's put the same amount of liquid. Now this is a 900 ml pot, but again, we're using 400 ml. Let's put 400 ml of our, essentially what was room temperature water in our pot. This one does not have a its own lighting system like that one does, so we have to use a lighter, a mini Bic. We've got the mini Bic on there. Oh, sorry, we've got the burner on, pot is on, turned on to full, lid on, and timer is on. Let's now see how long it's going to take to do exactly the same thing, to bring our 400 milliliters of water to a rolling boil. Tokes titanium cookpot, BSR 3000 cook stove, the lightest of our whole systems. We are going to weigh each system right at the end together as a complete kit. We are so getting there. We have got steam. We have got steam. Three minutes. Definitely steam. Okay, guys. There is the boil. Stop our time. Okay. Now, I just have to calculate a little bit of time here. Give me 1 second. Okay. This particular system here, this particular burner. Now, the benefits of this particular burner, first of all, is it's super lightweight, but it has some drawbacks. One of the drawbacks is, on a burner like this, you probably can't see it in the camera, but it has a little lip here, and that is a little wind deflector designed to help keep the flame directly vertical, more efficient. This one does not. Because of that, just the slightest little movement of air will move that flame, and every time it does, it's becoming less efficient. It's sending the heat somewhere else rather than directly to the pot surface. Having said that, this one took 5 minutes and 65 seconds. So sorry, this one took 5 minutes and 55 seconds to reach the rolling boil. So 1 minute and 1 second more than the Amazon burner. That in itself is a significant difference in time. That doesn't necessarily mean a significant difference in fuel. Its rate of fuel consumption, this one's rate of fuel consumption could possibly be different to this one. Each one turned to full power. We're going to know that in a moment when we actually weigh the canister. That is really where the information lies. Let's weigh this canister. This is now 186 grams. 186. That leaves a difference of 12 grams. So what that tells us is this particular system, as light as it is, at 0.8 ounces, 0.9 ounces with its little stuff sack, used, let me see, 9, 10, 11, 12, used 3 grams more fuel. Now, to do the same job. If you're a coffee drinker like I am, and I say have 3 or 4 coffees a day with my meals and so on and so on, but let's say I do that particular task, let's just say 4 times each day. That's a little excessive, but let's say I do. That's 8 grams per day of fuel more that I'm using, that I'm consuming, compared to this system, doing exactly the same job. So at the end of a day, this one's going to use 4 grams of fuel more than this. So what that means is, at 4 grams of fuel, sorry, I have just said that wrong. It's going to use 8 grams, beg your pardon, 8 grams of fuel more in a given day. And if it takes me, on this one, 9 grams to bring that one to a boil, that 400 mil to a boil, that's almost 1 full boil per day more that I can get out of this one than I can out of that one. That's a little confusing. I confused myself when I got that out there, but I hope you're getting the idea from that particular test that we did of those 2 systems. Okay, let's set up what should be the most efficient system. Let's take a look. Okay, 400 mil of water. This system should be the most efficient. Full power. Start the timer. Let's see how the Optimus how it makes out today. Now, this system right here should be the most efficient. I'm using the GSI burner, which is probably the best burner I have, the most expensive burner. Its weight is slightly heavier. I think that's about 2.5 ounces, but the last thing we're going to do is weigh each burner because we need that information too. We actually know that the BSR burner is 0.9 of an ounce. While we're waiting for this to boil, let's go ahead and weigh the other 2 burners. We'll go to ounces, keep everything simple. So yep, that's 0.8 of an ounce with that little cover. This one, the Amazon is 3.2 ounces. Of course, we can't weigh this one because we're using it right now. 1 minute and 22 seconds. Oh, we got lots of steam coming up there already. This is going to be significantly faster. It's got to be. It's designed to be with the heat exchanger. Wow. One minute and 57 seconds. Oh, and we're at a huge boil. Much, much faster than I expected. Wow. 1 minute and 57 seconds. You know what? That in itself. Wow. That time is amazing. You can see the difference. Less than half the amount of time with the heat exchanger to bring the same amount of water to a boil with this burner. Wow. Huge, huge, huge difference. Let's take the burner off. Now we said we were going to weigh this burner, so let's do that now. In ounces. Put that there, put that on there. 2.5 ounces. So the GSI is 2.5 ounces. A little lighter, significantly heavier. Let's go back to grams. There we are. Let's weigh the canister. 182 grams. The difference is 4 grams. You know what? No brainer. This burner right here, the GSI, by the way, this is a GSI. GSI outdoor products, great products. The Optimus Prime, I'm going to get rid of the water. We don't need it now. Let us take a moment in grams now. Well, no, we're going to go back to ounces. Sorry, because this part is going to be in ounces. Let's just weigh that part by itself. So that part weighs 9.7 ounces. So that's quite heavy. But let's try something. Let's take that lid away. Let's just check it with the titanium lid. And it went from 9.7 to 8 ounces with the titanium lid. So it went to 8 ounces with the titanium lid. Let's now apply the GSI burner. Now goes to 10.6 ounces. Let's add a mini Bic. 11 ounces with the Bic. Now this particular container isn't full, of course. It has a net content of 8 ounces, so we know it's at least 8 ounces for the fuel, and I believe it's 4 ounces for the container, so that's 12 ounces. That would, with a full tank, that would be a cook system 23 ounces, so it's quite heavy, but my goodness, it's super efficient. Yeah. Hey, lots of information there, lots to think about. What's the most efficient? This right here. What about, though, can we use this burner with this? Can we use the burner, the BRS 3000 burner, can we use it with well, it'll sit there. I'm just wondering how much of a difference there would be if I use the lighter burner. And you know what? To make this test where I need it to be, that's something I got to check. Okay, you know what we're doing now, right? We're taking the lightest burner we've got we're taking the most efficient pot we've got with the heat exchanger. We've taken the lid away, or the cup away, and we've applied the titanium lid, which should reduce things by an ounce or so. Let's just see what kind of consumption we get, or what kind of efficiency we get out of that particular ensemble, or that particular set right there, because I don't have a problem with that set. But let's just see. There's a 1.6 ounce difference between that burner and this burner. If I can get that kind of efficiency, with that burner, with this system, that could be a game changer right there. Let's see what we get. Going past 1 minute. We've got steam. Okay, 154. That's where we were at when we had a boil with the last set. We don't have a boil yet. Two minutes and 23 seconds, no boil quite yet. Two minutes and 40 seconds, and we have the boil. So we have the boil at 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So, 54 and 40, so 46 seconds longer with this burner over this burner. 46 seconds. Let's just take a moment. Let's just weigh the cylinder in grams. $175. That's 7 grams. This took 3 grams of fuel more than this one. This weighs 1.6 ounces more than this one. Let's get rid of that water. That cook system is 275 grams with the cup. 223. $52 grams difference with just the lid. Lots and lots of information, but you know what? If I had to make a split decision right now, I'm going with that pot. I'm going with the GSI burner. No cup, but probably the lid. That right there, from this exercise, is my 2021 Thru Hiking season cook system. I don't know. I spend an awful lot of time reviewing all the gear that I use, testing it over and over and over again. This has been work in progress for months, if not a year or more. Hey, thank you for watching my channel today. Jasper here. If you've got anything out of it whatsoever, please like, share, comment, do subscribe. Consider supporting this channel. Thank you guys. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye. Whew. How interesting is that?